Freestar Collective space. Hold while we scan your ship. Scan complete. Go ahead and land. Welcome to Trident Star Yard. All customers are welcome to enjoy our amenities.
Locked in.
Captain, good day, Captain. I am really... You may. I have no... It is impossible to read Barrett if you are asking for a summary of... No. I was manufactured by a machine. However, Barrett has modified my programming substantially. I have advanced linguistic capability and navigational skill. I warned him that I would require an extra millisecond to process information. Apparently, my capacity for I have only seen Barrett kill his enemies. What you are suffering from is likely a bad... Barrett tells me a bad first impression is the hardest thing to... Barrett has not shared many personal details despite repeated attempts on his part. I do not... My internal clock tells me that it has been years. Based on my understanding of Barrett, I find you to be a more measured and logical. My likelihood of expiration due to corporeal destruction has been... You may ask me anything. I am programmatically incapable of Constellation has seen to it that I possess a near-encyclopedic knowledge of human. This is a difficult question to pose. However, I find that the music of ancient Japan has a pleasantly... I have dedicated significant time to... I am looking at one. I hope that was a suitable response. Constellation did not equip me with a sense of... Logically, I believe the correct answer to be the airplane, followed shortly by the computer. Illogically speaking, I am inclined to believe that books were your greatest invention. They make good case studies in how your species could have made a... I have been programmed to comprehend all modern and ancient. My body is crafted from reinforced... I am prepared for your Constellation recovered me from an abandoned lunar robotics factory. I am told I was in quite a state of disrepute. Since then, I have been Constellation named me after the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama, who resided on Earth in the Fifth Barrett tells me he was quite an accomplished explorer. I am. Some data from my time on Earth's moon remains deep in my motherboard, but very little of what is in those files would prove that is correct. I am a first-generation Model A robot. As Constellation is an exceptionally driven and I am powered by wheels and cogs. They are. That is a difficult question to parse. However, I have been kept busy since Constellation acquired me. In a geographical sense, the Lodge cannot, but I presume that you are using Miss in this Barrett, however, regularly complains about missing the Lodge's amenities. Your vital signs indicate that you are currently in a state of there. Based on our previous encounter, Lunar Robotics is a manufacturing company. Their headquarters was once located on Earth's moon. Today, Lunar Robotics products are disengaging.
Welcome to Trident Luxury Lines.
I'm not certain why we're visiting this star yard. It's doubtful any of us have the credits to afford these overpriced vessels.
Take it easy.
Every corner of our
Welcome to Trident Luxury. If you have any questions about our product line or would... Now,
Trident. Welcome to luxury.
we do not sell ships, and it's not like you would have any use for parts or modifications. Unfortunately, all of that should speak volumes about the quality of our products. It's a Trident best-in-class top. Deimos has fantastic missile batteries. Stroud Eklund's shields are a thing to behold. But what a Trident may lack in those, a cruise on a So what we need is, we need a medium shipment. Excellent. This invoice. Of course. It's a point of pride to know it's a character trait. And if I'm being honest, I have my own dreams of going out there one day. It was my pleasure.
Hey there.
Maybe if I save up for 1,000,000 years, I'll be able to afford a Trident.
This is where the magic happens.
No offense, but, you belong here?
And what have we here? Welcome to Trident Luxury Lines. I envy you. Stepping in here for the first time can be... Why, of course it is. And obviously you're someone who knows. But I digress. I'm honored to be the head of marketing and advertising here at Trident, educating the masses about the opulence of our cruises, or the I can't think of any greater satisfaction. Of course I do. It's a great honor to work for Trident. I'm also marketing hope, something for people to strive for, enjoy. And so my message to the consumer is this: if you work hard, then, well, look, it's about making a statement while being paid. So, if you have to ask, I suppose it is somewhat odd for someone to just waltz down here like you did. The Trident name brings visitors. People want to see where the magic happened. Well, as long as you behave yourself, you're back to work.
I've been working on that new headline, Mr. Corbin. I think I finally got it.
Excellent. Let's hear it.
Trident, carrying the scepter of quality.
Good. Very good, in fact. But there's just one problem.
The Trident is not a scepter.
I mean, it's close enough.
Close enough. Close enough. Except pride in your work. We are Trident luxury lines. Close enough.
After winning the second Grand Nova Award for Excellence, the whole ceremony seems a trifle long-winded.
Stop security! Stop running!
After winning the second Grand Nova Award for Excellence, the whole ceremony seems to...
That was private property, you know.
Behave yourself.
I've sent the files over to you, Miss Coffin. I recommend you review them as soon as possible.
Not now. Can't you see I'm trying to revolutionize the future of space travel?
I understand that, but this is very important budgetary information. I think it would be wise to look over it before continuing your work.
You're stifling me here. I'll look over the files when I'm good and ready. Now, if you don't mind, I have some vital work to be doing. What are you? Philippe didn't say I should be expecting. This is the very heart of... Oh, and it tells... Well, I suppose it's here that I... Well... Do random strangers go up to Da Vinci, asking... Or interrupt Beethoven in the middle... Oh, my skills are not in question. If you have any other questions... Listen, if you want to talk about the max safe tonnage of the app, me, I design the... Oh my. Balancing elegance with the strict engineering requirements of spaceship travel. That's not science. It's art. An art I'm Am I famous? Well, fortunately for me, you're... Oh, why, thank you. Yes, I've recently... It's a great honor, but after receiving so
daughter's college. Hell, the down payment...
Champagne? I've heard some associates singing the praises of a certain something. It's some drink or food or something else. You seem to have nothing better to do. Would you care to go fetch me one of these? Oh, fantastic. I look forward. In my line of work, one cannot be small-minded. As Trident, back to crafting the future.
It is an honor to be part of something so great.
Everything okay?
Let me know if I can. Do you have business here? Let me see your manifest. We'll unload that from your ship.
happy smile on Mr. Corbin will talk to the boss.
Sure you're in the right place?
To move on.
Clamps released.
People joke, say there's
Just the person I wanted to see. Good work. R&D's been looking for. I need to deliver this to Vina so she can start the reverse engineering process. I've upgraded your security level so you can access the executive floor, where her office is. Tell her assistant Maeve you have an appointment.
It's just more time to doubt myself.
That is an absolutely gorgeous statue. The craftsmanship, it's unparalleled. I wonder if it was hand-carved.
Well, I'm not the only Ellicott working in Ryujin Tower. My daughter Jupiter works at the front desk, and my wife Nancy works for Tranquility. It is. We're a close-knit little family. I like getting to see them on my breaks. Sure do. And I'm not interested in discussing it with you. I've kept this job for almost a decade, baby. I'm happy to help. The executive floor houses all of Ryujin's board members, with the exception of Dr. Kalra, who's... Miss Chen's office is up the stairs to your left, then a quick walk down the hall and up another flight of stairs. They're hot. Her office is right across from CEO Imada's. Her assistant, Maeve, can direct you if you get lost. Anything else I can help you with? You'll find Miss Price on the main floor. Take the stairs to your left and continue straight until the hall opens up to the lobby on your right. Her office is tucked away in the far left corner, next to Mr. Fine's. Anything else I can help? Let me know if you need help finding anything.
It's the single most stressful experience of my life.
I'm glad we're making an effort in our appearance today. I see we have an operative who can appreciate. I always hold a certain amount of respect for a person who takes pride in their appearance. In the effort of making small talk, I hope you're enjoying your new... Our operatives are quite the expense, but a necessary. You're proving to be quite the out. We have that in common. I believe I've met my social quota for the day, so I'll be continuing on. Perhaps we'll chat another.
If only there were more hours in the day. So much work to do. Your guess is as good as mine. Jalen and I don't speak. It's always prompted by a special occasion or... We aren't a close-knit family, unlike some who work here. And thanks to my predecessors, no. The user agreement for... It stipulates that once activated, the user assumes complete responsibility. Busy is an understatement, but...
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
Are you lost? If you need something, speak to Thomas.
Can I help you? Name an appointment. Confirmed. Ularu is wrapping up a meeting with Genevieve. You can wait here or in the lobby area. I'll let you know when she's ready. I see Imogene Salso is supposed to be...
I'm right here, Maeve.
Good. It should just be a moment. Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
Is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
It's because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine. You can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting. Look who's on the executive floor. Moving up, I see. Oh yeah, when Masako promoted me to head up marketing, I told her, being the brilliant mind that she is, every facet of Ryujin's narrative is carefully crafted by me and my... Cover stories, mostly. If an operative is caught, or Ryujin, it's a lot of conversations and negotiations, work, not to mention preparing our own statements so we can quell... The NeuroAmp campaign is up. I have a love-hate relationship with it due to how polarizing the technology. It's easy to get our target audience to buy in, but it's the naysayers that we...
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Good. You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operation. So tell me, what do you think? In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
And on top of all that, a flawless record. It's no wonder they love you up here. I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide. I'd use the word trust loose. Those who come through get paid, and those who don't... That's exactly the type of operative I want. Your contact is Simon Rychek. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them. Simon's been working with us for years, so he'll pose no threat to you. He's paranoid, which is why I assume he's never been caught. But his information is typically worth it. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Oh my god, you corporate types never cease to amuse me. Now I feel like I'm trapped in some kind of spy thriller B-movie.
According to Simon Rychek, it's the... But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. They're a batball team that sucks. They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Simon despises batball, though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return. You'll find him in Sidonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Don't cause any trouble.
Mars, eh? You always take me to the nicest places.
any active plans.
Proud to be a UC Marine.
Sidonia, what a dump. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner? People these days. You lost? Only good thing worth talking. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Star Yards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
Oh, that's a bit of a steep price for the information. I think you're overreaching.
For this little tidbit? Believe me, I know exactly what this is worth. I hear you. I haven't agreed. Believe me when I say I all.
You can make it, sure. Surviving it is another story.
They sure know how to pick 'em. You lost? Only good thing worth. Are you ready to pay up?
Deluxe condos aren't anything special.
The Red Devils used to.
I need to find a real bar. You lost? Well, speaking of, you're damn right. I have information. It's my belief that it's steep, yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of a steep price for the...
For this little tea. Yeah. Maybe we can work something. I'm glad you understand the position. Alright, I'll lower the price. But that's my final offer. Unless you may prefer the side job now? As you may guess, I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof. Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any
Now wait a moment. I don't believe murdering bounty hunters was included with the corporate job description.
Good. Malai's ship is called the Datura, and like I said, you can find her in orbit around Saturn. Just remember to bring the gun back as proof.
Where to next?
That's bad enough. State your business or I open fire. That's more like it. So, tell me what you're doing here. I'll decide whether or not to strip you for salvage. I'm looking for a lot of people, and none of them are any business of yours. Oh yeah? From what? You're the only thing around here that looks like. So, give me... If you think I'm answering any questions... Simon will never stop. What are you, a therapist? It's none of your business. I admit, it'd be nice to be able to... Yeah, right. You know, I'd all right. You can have Ember. You have my word, you won't be harmed.
Airlock integrity looks good.
I'm impressed Simon managed to find someone with guts. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants He knows I'd never part with her. We were a thing for a while. Until I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on... And now, So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive. And suffering. The first time Amber and I met, she said, in my line of work, we're always... You really think I'd let you just waltz on... If you knew anything about me... The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment... I'm pretty sure I've already made up my... If you don't start anything... I suppose you have a point. I already have enough targets on me as it is. Okay. Fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Amber, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different? I already gave you Ember. Something you may want to keep in mind next... Spoken like so many others in my life. You can determine what that means. I guess Simon chose wisely. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange and a vacation.
You are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You're cleared to land.
governor's office is right out there on the main level.
Look who survived the devil herself. So, that lying she-devil finally. I've been looking over my shoulder for the past 5 years now, just wondering when she'd show up. We loved each other. But when you're in our line of work, relationships become the best. I betrayed her,
Not something you're proud of. You should be completely mortified.
I gave her name up to the UC and I already knew my escape route, so I thought it was harmless. I never thought they'd act on the information immediately. It's strange. I always imagine. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just... You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? Yes, let's. Enough. The information I have is on a deal for something called... I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself. Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neural. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something. Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly yet nice doing business with you.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. He's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Please stop reporting these artworks to the office of the governor.
Sidonia can have a depressing effect on some people. Make sure to get yourself help before it becomes a problem.
Outmatched groups of police managed to jump out moments before their defeat.
These goods, getting this equipment will be good. Take a look. See you later, friendo.
You're listening to SSNN.
Do I know you? Can I help you with something? Oh, in that case, go right ahead. I wouldn't want to be... how... Great. I could use the...
You certainly know your way around a computer system.
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information... Project Dominion. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see... Well. Looks like our friend... Project Dominion isn't an Infinity LTD prototype. They didn't even bother to scrub the name. Meaning, come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Hey, Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity LTD has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity LTD has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation. I suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, Project Dominion is our latest advancement in Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion, the project itself was nearing completion, which is why Exactly. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our chief security officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us. Dalton.
Ah, lovely Miss Amada. How can I help?
Cut the crap, Dalton. I'm sending an operative your way, along with some files to your computer.
I'll be ready.
Not for this one, but I trust you'll get it done.
This deal could be huge for my company.
Good. You're here.
So, thanks to your work in Sidonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to a mole within the company.
We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included. Directive Theta allows for a third party to conduct the sweep. It's certainly a failing. But Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nix to investigate her, but he'll need your assistance.
Ularu has the ability to thwart any investigation, so it's imperative she knows nothing about this directive. Her knowledge and talents are why she's the chief of operations, so she is the best equipped to evade detection. We don't deal in trust here. Think more in terms of mutual benefit and leverage. And in this case, it's mutual benefit. Nix will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program. Completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing. We employ over 100 members of our security team. It's possible you'd be recognized, but even so, my authorized security personnel only. And you certainly won't qualify, making you... If you get caught, the guards will follow standard procedure, provided you don't provoke them. And these are your fellow employees. We want this. Directive Theta requires utmost secrecy for success. We don't know what connections them. At least one of us is. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the... During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties. Ularu doesn't know about Directive Theta, but she'll fully it. As far as she knows, it's standard procedure. This is why we're bringing in a third party. She won't be expecting to go. And it's also why secrecy is of utmost importance. It concerns me that you don't know. A disruptor is a non-lethal weapon. It will stun your target, giving you a chance to get away. But you'll only have...
I'll keep a watchful eye and make certain your employee doesn't go on some kind of rampage.
Good. No one can know about this, no? In fact, as much as I appreciate the words of yours, any precautions to mitigate... You'll meet Nix at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
I ain't waiting. It's just more to hunt it down.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later. Want to see what I'm carrying? Feel free to drop... No problem.
You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, Oh yeah, I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Ryu... you know, part of me could... Alright, you win. No wonder, Ryujin. While you're snooping around in the tower, It's Camden chose. Just run the same program on the slate I'll give you, and you're good. That's between me and another client. But you can bet if someone wants something let's just say, it's nothing beyond something that Ryujin would do to anyone. I hoped you... Like I said with Camden, all you've got to do is run this little beauty on Alaru Chen's computer, and once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption... It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around. And here's the slate.
what's good for you.
Don't be stupid! Stop running if you know what's good for you! What are you doing? Stop immediately! Identify. Stop running if you know what. You're making things harder for yourself! You're making things. You're not authorized to be here. I'm holding you.
get that cleared as soon as possible. It's good for you.
So, you made it. Guess Ryujin's security really is slipping. Just brimming with confidence, aren't you? But I've seen your work. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look. The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything, so let's take a look. First, I'll just save off Mr. Cho's info. My client will very much appreciate that. Now on to Ms. Chen. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections, running decryption. This should just take a moment now. Damn, I'm good. That went faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. Adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set. I've got the new encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ryujin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running. Since you came through on your end, let's just say that slate isn't going... But bear in mind, you're dealing with some pretty talent... I can be sure because I know. But like anything, evidence alone can't tell the full story. The rest is up to you and don't be too sure about that. Imogene was practically raped. I'd almost guarantee there's intent behind everything. Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan soon. Sounds good? Lead on.
I assume you were successful. I didn't get any incident reports. I expected as much. Now, let's see what we have here. I didn't think it was possible. Someone's been accessing Labu's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off. Well, the motive could be anything. Either that, or she's highly
Imogen? She doesn't seem the type. But maybe that's her tactic. If she had me thinking that way, perhaps it proves that she's a master manipulator.
Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. You have to make sure she doesn't try. If she runs, the guilt will be apparent. As much as I'd like you to subdue her and bring her in, she knows what fate lies ahead. I just want to avoid a scene. Sending you... Good. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the...
Let me guess. Looking for Imogen? I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame. She's always been the master of avoid. There are work skills and there are life skills. She hasn't stepped into the office since the maintenance closure. Probably. I know for a fact she doesn't have any external meetings or...
I finished that research you needed done. Everything's right here.
I'm not even sure that's any business of yours. But I do enjoy keeping close to...
It's perfect. Well done. This should be enough to get me back.
I have Imogen's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the... You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her.
Perhaps we need to get Dalton's permission to relieve ourselves as well. Good lord, this corporation keeps you on a short leash.
Is there an echo in the room? Yeah, Frankie's is a front. Crap convenience store? Of course, the only people that really know that are Your guess is as good as mine. But she's up to something. I could tell she was trying to cover her tracks. but this is my job. And they're... Good. I'd hate to see what sort of drama might get stirred up if you went around him. Or maybe I'd love it. Word of advice. If you're planning on forgoing authorization and just tiptoeing your way to Imogene, park your friend at the door. Two's a crowd if you're trying to lay low. Good luck finding Imogene. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
No Imogene, I see. Of course, Yuko would know. If Imogene's with the Syndicate, I can't just send you after her. You'll need to speak. We have to make sure he's aware of the situation. Bayu owns the Sioka Syndicate. For you to walk in there without discussing it with him first. Good. Because without it, head over to the trade tower and be discreet. He may ask for credits or even a favor.
Sounds lovely. Could we requisition a towel so we can wipe off all the...
The sooner, the better. We don't want to give her clever... Just be sure to bring her back here in one piece. If she resists or tries to run, we have no choice but to take it.
Dispose of her as a valued member of your...
Imogene may be a valued operative here, but that's what makes her equally. We're lucky enough to have her position now. But should she...
Don't tell me a corporation like Ryujin isn't prepared to track a rogue operative.
Of course we're prepared, but our chances of finding her would only decrease with time. It's something I hope our mutual friend here will understand as well.
At least give Imogene a chance to explain herself before you gun her.
Imogene has the potential to do this company out. She knows the consequences of betrayal. If the situation does take a turn for the worst, I trust you won't let your past...
don't recall sending for anyone. No. I can always make... So, what would be the reason? I may consider... As long as it doesn't involve the syndicate members themselves. I'll tell you what. I'll make sure the syndicate lets you in hassle-free. Provide. And what mutual benefit? Of course. Ryujin's success. Oh. No. Not. Hard to argue with that. All right. You talk a good game. And I suppose if we're looking at a mutually beneficial situation, there's no reason for me not to allow such a small favor. Check in with Ms. Moore at Frankie's. I'll send word along that you're to be expected, so she shouldn't give you any trouble. Fair warning, the Syndicate should let you search any common areas, but if anyone catches you snooping around private quarters, I'll just say, be prepared for some hostilities.
Hope you're a paying customer. Oh, you're the one getting spit. I've got one rule for you in there. So, third floor is off limits. They catch you snooping around, and it's open season. Don't worry, she wouldn't be allowed up there either. For the record, I'm only granting you access. You'll find that young lady you're looking for holed up in a room almost straight. Just remember to keep your eyes on the prize. Be quick about your business. Have it your way.
Back off.
You try anything, you're dead.
Well, this amount of firepower is a bit of overkill, wouldn't you say?
Never met the boss. Does this operation even have a boss?
Figured our paths would cross sooner or later. Not that I thought I was safe, but I never expected anyone to just slip by all the scene to get here. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after. Yes and no, but mostly no. You stay in this business long enough, you get enough favors and connections that can help you see Nyx owed me a favor. Yeah? And I didn't look guilty before. Ularu set me up. Yes. I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. Of course. But first you have to understand, she used me to play an unwitting part in this, so that's why I said it'd be impossible for me to intentionally pull this off. I'm not the one with motive here. First, I'm not about to reboot my life. Second, I'm not spending the rest of my life looking over my shoulder. The only load of crap is me being an internal neuroamp that can theoretically control other people. If the evidence points to me, it's because what better way to frame someone than to take control of their mind and have them act?
The existence of a device that can control a person's mind is...
Because she knows I'm the most believable target. I'm the only one at Ryujin with the skills to even come close to being able... Power, of course. Corporations maintain their success by any means necessary, but there are some measures. You may have noticed that none of your assignments direct... Masako reserves those actions only when it's absolutely necessary. That's what makes it dangerous. So, if Ryujin keeps this tech a secret, suddenly every deal, every legal... Yes, it's what the technology does, and it explains why the evidence against me is so... Come to think of it, it also explains a few strange bouts of disorientation I've been having the past few months. I know it doesn't look good, but that's exactly why I've been... Ularu has the skill to pull this off, but she's also been behind the desk for years. This slate holds all the evidence against her. I just need you to deliver. Nix's contract limits his investigation to Ularu's computer, and I hacked into building security and was able to recover deleted records of her access. I guarantee the third-party company Dalton is using for his security directive theta won't even notice it. I can't do that. The moment I step in that building, Dalton will lock me up. You really are naive when it comes to corp. Once I'm back at Ryujin, Ularu will be looking to tie up and... So I can stay here and deal with you, or I can go back and deal with her. Of course you do. Look, if you just bring this slate to Dalton, I'm sure it's your choice. Do you want the truth? I was hoping you would. I'm still going to lay low until I hear that. As long as Ularu still thinks I'm on the run, she'll remain confident that her plan. And I know you don't hear it much around the office, but thanks.
So Ularu is the actual culprit. That complicates things. We're going to have to proceed very carefully, or else Dalton might send someone after us.
I'm watching you.
Get out of my face.
Well, look who's back. So tell me. If you think it's just a matter of time before it finds its way onto my desk. Inside the Syndicate? That area is off limits, and I think Imogene knew exactly what she was doing when she went. I had a feeling. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me.
Don't cause any trouble.
Is there something I can help? Excuse me? Let me close this door before you say anything else you might. Just a moment.
shutting the door and engaging locks. That's better. And that's quite the story you just threw in. And just where is this absurd... Is this a game? I don't need to impress anyone here. I'm not sure you'll get anywhere with that force. Informed or not, the right side. Oh, sure. And I just... Looks like someone's been brushing up on their corporate. Fine. Since it's just you. I leaked Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd. But I'm no mole. Please. It's insulting that you think I'd actually be working for someone. That depends on how you define. You see, I'm not a mole. I'm an opportunist. Masako, on the other hand, Ryujin needs strong leadership for what lies ahead. It's all part of my plan. But don't worry, Infinity LT... It was never my intent to involve... But when you arrived with information on Project Dominion, I knew. Imogene is the only one that Dalton and the others would believe was... It had to be her. What do you think? If someone was a threat to your family? Of course not. You'd eliminate the threat before it had a chance to act. Back then, hard decisions were all about screwing people over and white-collar crime. So, now that you know, it's time to see. With your help, I can take down Masako and make the credits worth your while. I'm disappointed in you, Op. The only way you stop me from carrying out my... You could try to get me fired, but that only delayed. Face it, this isn't a game. Go ahead. I guarantee any evidence you have. I've created the perfect scapegoat in Imogene. It'd be your word against mine, and I'm pretty sure... We'll see about...
I've got my eye on you.
I've been waiting here for ages.
You're back. I suppose you suddenly have all the facts now. I find it hard to believe Ularu would take the chance to incriminate. But if this slate provides indisputable, It will be a relief to reinstate. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of... In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vina. Vina's the head of our research and development team. She's the creator of Project Dominion, and often considered the protege. Just take the elevator down to research. You'll find Dr. Kara's office to your left. Masako's been focusing on how to deal with Infinity Ltd, and I believe her plans rely heavily on... Not that I enjoy it.
I've got my eye on you.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours. Don't cause any trouble.
I need that rothicite if we want to complete the neuroamp.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out and get that shipment back. Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this. The mole took priority. Now that Dalton has everything he needs, thanks to... We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current neuroamp schematics. So, our top priority? Let me introduce you to Vina Kalra.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users. Well, we can't, but the shielding aspect was never officially a part of Project Dominion. It was an afterthought of how to safeguard our own people from being manipulated, so it was... The research itself was in early stages, too early for board approval, so only myself, DeMarcus, and Masako. Big time. We'd be the only ones unaffected.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Vina can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection.
I think implanting that device into your head is a mistake. But it's your choice, not mine.
You're a Ryujin employee, and we need a job done. We've trusted you this far, so... We expect our employees to do what? Consider this an opportunity, not a risk. Good. That's all I...
And all I need is the last piece of the puzzle. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a new...
The last shipment we were supposed to receive never arrived. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to keep the discovery quiet. We have several theories. Dealing with a new element on a new planet has... It could be environmental, mechanical. We are leaning toward the left. I think we all share that concern, which is why I want you to find... Unfortunately, yes. So extensive tests and research were done on the planet, so the chances that this is environmental
And setting up a station like this is second nature for consolidated mining, with plenty of redundancies in place to... The station is called CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Carinae 3A, and unfortunately, we had to cut ties with our supply chain manager, Camden. Otherwise, I may have had... I can't discuss the detail. Camden managed all of our outside... He set up the initial agreements with Consolidated Mining, so he had which is why you have my full faith for this. Be prepared for anything. Once you have the ship...
Please stand back. This unit is on patrol.
Captain on deck. I will never get tired of that. Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
you require my assistance?
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner. Bring me anything useful? Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, damn cold here. I'm going to need a hot cup of coffee after this. And that, my friend, is how we do things on the ships. Looks like a mineral analysis laboratory. The original occupants of the place must have been interrupted during their research.